Hello, social studies scholars. Mrs. Olson here. Today's lesson is titled Reading Analysis and Marking the Text. The text that we will be using is the last section of the Declaration of Independence. You'll remember that in our previous lessons, we looked at the preamble or the beginning of the Declaration of Independence. Then we looked at the middle of the document at the grievances, which explain why the colonists were justified in breaking away from England. And in today's lesson, we analyze the last section or the conclusion of the Declaration of Independence. Okay, let's look at our learning target. It says that you will be able to evaluate key information in a primary source. This means that you are going to look closely at words and phrases to determine the importance of this last section of the Declaration of Independence. So here I said that for this assignment, you can print out the document and write on it, or if you want to do this digitally, you can. You're going to use word processing tools in order to do the circling and underlining that I'm going to talk about here in a moment, okay? So either print it out and complete the directions, or you are going to do it digitally and you have to know how to highlight and underline and all of those kinds of things. All right, so here are the directions. First of all, you need to have open the Declaration of Independence, okay? And first, I want you to read the entire section thoroughly. I said here, read it once and at least one more time because I really want you to understand what it is that you are reading. Now, I'm going to make a recording of me reading the Declaration of Independence. So if you want to read along with me, you'll have to open up that video, okay? Okay. So you've read it through 2 or 3 times, and on your last reading, what I want you to do is to underline important points, okay? So get out your pen or your pencil and underline a few words at a time, not entire sections and not whole sentences. 3, 4, 5 words, okay? And when you come across terms, words that you don't know, I want you to circle them. Now, if you're doing that digitally, you're going to highlight those terms instead of circling them, okay? Now, when you're done completing this section, oh, excuse me. Before I get to number 2, there is a third part to completing number 1, and that is you are going to find the definitions for the terms that you don't know, and you're going to write those terms above that word, okay? So there are 3 parts to number 1: underlining, circling, and defining, okay? Now, the second part of the directions say write at least 3 notes in the margins. Now, when you read and you process this new document, I want you to be thinking about how the document and the words connect to you. They can be about details that you find interesting, something that you already know, perhaps a word or a phrase that sparks a connection with you. And I said here, that means that it reminds you of something maybe that your mom or dad said, or sometimes you'll think, oh, that's happened to me before, or perhaps what you're reading about reminds you of something else you have encountered before. Okay, so this is just an example to give you an idea. Let's say that you read the word intention. Now, this isn't one of the words in our reading today. It's an example. So it says, my mom talks about intention a lot. She might say, do you intend to forget to take out the garbage? Or, Grandma's intentions for your Christmas present was good even if you don't appreciate receiving books. okay? This may be next to a word or a phrase that makes you think about intention. Okay, so when you turn in the first part of this assignment, you're going to have you're gonna mark it up. That's why this is called marking the text. You're going to, when I see it, I'm going to see underlining, I'm going to see circling or highlighting, and I'm going to see definitions. And then I'm going to be looking to see that you wrote 3 notes in the margins, okay? So this video is just the directions for what you are doing with the assignment. If you would like to hear me read the last section of the Declaration of Independence, that's going to be in another video. And in that same video, I am going to be underlining and circling so that you can see examples of how you should be completing the assignment. Okay, guys, I hope that helps. And if you want a little bit more help or clarification on what to do, you can open up the second video.